This is The Rock Show.
Backstage.
Hello, everyone. My radio name is Wes Nessman.
I'm Chrissy Covington.
And this is The Rock Show Backstage. The second week of April, we were both mentioning that it's seeming like time is flying. Is there any natural explanation for this?
Well, the eclipse, I mean, do you think it's doing something to the...
I got you. Now you're saying eclipse.
Yeah, you did. You did get me. The eclipse. The eclipse.
I have a hard time breaking myself of that one.
The old eclipse.
I was playing it up like I was doing it on purpose, but I was not.
And now I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't know. Time does feel like it went by pretty fast this week and last week.
Yeah, I don't know why. What I was thinking, are the days shorter or something? But no, they still have 24 hours in them, right?
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, it's only the amount of light that changes, not the hours.
I think the hours are the same.
Oh, the goddamn 23-hour days in April. That's what it is.
I don't think that's what it is. I don't think that's it.
All right. Well, we do have the Rock Show Backstage, and one of the things that I like to do is cover interesting long-form material that we don't get to on air, that really we don't have a place for. I am concerned about this a little bit. Have we been talking about being old or a lot lately?
No, I don't think especially. I think we mention it from time to time.
Well, I think when we do it, we need to mention the fact that I'm old and you're not really old.
I mean, I'm kind of old, but not really.
No, you're not.
Okay, I'm not old.
I'm
very young. I'm young, youthful.
Do you want to say how old you are?
I'm a young pup. I'm 34.
Yeah, that's nothing.
I'm not even 35 yet.
That is nothing.
Right. I think I already have been through the midlife crises, though. Crises?
You think?
I think so.
Your uterus is all dried out?
Hopefully not yet, but if it is, it's fucking fine.
Okay.
It's like really...
All right. But anyways, a great piece of material here, because I honestly take personal offense to some of these. 15 random signs you're an old person now. Okay. Number one on the list, you eat Tums like candy.
I do not.
I no longer do. I used to eat too close to bedtime, and I would have to have some, but I haven't had one in maybe...
I don't buy them, but there have been times when I really needed them.
Okay.
I used to do the Alka-Seltzers.
Yeah?
I used to take a lot of those.
Right.
Yes. I actually swore that those are like a really great hangover cure. If you, before you go to bed that night, you drink yourself a little Alka-Seltzer.
Okay. Now, I know I'm an old person because I see no problem with number 2.
Okay.
On the random signs you're an old person now. It says you print out your boarding pass just in case.
Do you do that?
Yes.
You can just open your phone and...
I do both. It's
Okay.
like I said, I print it out just in case.
All right.
That is an old person
thing. Do you print
thing?
your directions too? Like,
is that not a cautious person thing?
That's the old person thing. Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
I mean...
I am not happy there. Number 3, you snap your fingers when you're trying to remember something. Like,
Do you do that?
No, not really.
I don't think you do that. I don't think I really do that either.
This next one's just unfair. It's just unfair. You can't stand or sit without making some kind of noise. That's just unfair.
Well, yeah. I make some noises. It's okay. It's all right. That's everybody.
What if my knees are just making the noise and I personally am not making a guttural sound?
Right.
Okay. Number 5 on the list of random signs you're an old person now. You use your speakerphone for most calls. What has that got to do with being old? I want to do something else with my hands.
Do you use your... Oh, so you do this?
Yes.
I don't.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't like people listening to my conversations. I mean...
Yeah, but if I'm talking to like my mom on the phone, I want to be able to type stuff on the computer like hate, over and over and over again.
I don't really use my speakerphone unless I'm like...
I'm joking in case my mom listens, but anyways.
He's not joking.
Okay. No, I don't understand why that's an old person thing.
I don't know.
Okay, the next one is good. You judge parents if their kid isn't wearing a jacket like, it's April. That kid really should have a jacket on.
I judge people if their kids don't have appropriate attire on. Yeah, I do. Or like if your kid's walking through Walmart, you got a 4 or 5-year-old with no shoes on walking through Walmart.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't stop and say anything to them, but I am judging.
You watch the local news every night. Bonus points if you say things like, "What's this world coming to?"
Do you do that?
No.
No.
In fact, I rarely even check the local news.
No.
But I do check USA Today every day, but that's more about really getting topics for the
work.
show.
Yeah.
than
I mean,
anything else.
I tend to avoid the news except for work. I mean, we get a lot of it.
Number 8, kind of me. You recently stood outside a store in the morning waiting for it to open.
Oh, that sounds like you.
I am at the grocery store at 6 a.m. every Saturday and usually Sunday.
I am more of a get there 2 minutes before they close kind of gal.
I don't know why. Why don't people go? I'm like, man, there's nobody here and there's no waiting. This is the best thing ever. What does that got to do with being old? That's just smart.
Only old people get up ass early to go to the store.
And there's discount meat that early, too.
Okay, yeah.
I like discount meat.
Wes has a banana guy.
And I got a banana guy.
And a meat lady.
I got somebody who gives me free bananas and I save money on meat.
Okay. That's
That's
an old person thing right there. Why isn't that on the list? You have a banana guy. That should be on the list of.
I have a banana hookup, a banana plug.
He gets nanners for days.
All right. This happened to me the other day, but I was not the one that did it. But this is random signs you're old. You start conversations with strangers in public.
I do that.
I was over at a home improvement store. Mm-hmm. Well, no, I always do.
I do too.
I've always done that.
Me too.
But specifically, I'm loading up my truck, and a guy that had the truck next to me actually comes up, leans on my truck bed, and just starts talking to me about my weather.
Yeah?
About the weather.
About the weather?
Yeah, he's at least 15, 20 years older than me.
Aw.
I'm like, oh, this old guy just needs some company.
Did you entertain him?
I did. I'm like,
Good.
how big's the bed on your pickup? Seriously, we had a whole conversation
That's
about that.
cute. No, yeah.
All right.
You and me both. We're in public. We always be talking to.
We talk to everybody.
I do, and I was like, I have the gas station lady who I see every day. You know, like I always have a conversation with them, and you know what? When I come in, they're probably like, "Oh God, it's that fucking lady that wants to talk to me." But
all right. Next on the list, you know exactly where your heating pad is. You're a young person.
I know where mine is.
You do have a heating pad?
Yeah, I've got 2.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
All right.
So I know where they are too.
Of course, I have several as well.
Do you know where they are?
Yeah, exactly.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your heating pad is?
We have a little bit of a linen closet, and we kind of keep those in there. Number 11, you leave the plastic on things to keep them new. You know, I do that sometimes with CDs.
Collectibles.
When I buy CDs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, collectibles, I leave 100% on.
Right.
But yeah, they get all dusty and everything. Anyways, doesn't matter.
I don't. Yeah, I guess I don't do that.
Number 12 on the list, you've recently said, how do you work this dang thing?
Yeah, that's you from your office every day.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I think I say it too. So I don't know if that's an old person thing or just a dumb person thing.
Number 13, you've told a server, please give my compliments to the chef.
Oh, God.
Does anybody actually do
No,
that? I don't
yeah.
think anybody actually
I love
does
that meme that's like, yeah, he's 16, his name's Aaron, and he's stoned back there. That's the chef.
You mean the guy that cut open the bag?
The chef Mike, the microwave that just made your dinner?
Yeah. Number 14, I haven't heard of this. You cut your juice with water because everything's too sweet these days. I don't know of anybody who does that.
No, I don't do that. But now it actually sounds like a good idea because sometimes it is a little sweet, a little on the
Cut
sweet
your
side.
Juice with water?
Yeah.
I don't like that idea.
If I have to drink sweet tea, which I freaking hate, I will add water.
You know,
to it. I hate sweet tea.
We were talking about this the other day that things that have a faint taste to me, my body has a reaction like they're off, like they're tainted. It immediately makes me nauseous. Like those, you don't
like the flavored bubbly waters.
No,
Yeah.
that's the perfect example. Whenever I drink one of those, my body immediately goes, "This is poison. This is not right. This
I like
is not
those.
good."
I like them.
No, I can't handle them.
No.
It's not a don't like. It's I have a physical, mental reaction to them.
Absolutely not.
All right, and number 15 on the list, You drive by a nice house and say, "That's a nice house." That's an old person.
Can't you do that when you're young too? I do that. I'd be creeping.
I don't know. That makes you kind of old.
Well, okay.
All right. What else have we done this week?
The eclipse.
Yeah,
I'm kind of sick of talking about it or hearing about it because the news was just eclipse.
Yeah, and why? I guess it was big news here because because it ran through Texas. But it did seem like that was pervasive and that it actually went across America. Everybody was talking about it.
Right.
But I know you don't read my posts or anything.
Well, sometimes I do.
It was very, very interesting to me. I actually looked up, there's a Wikipedia page of dates people have predicted for the apocalypse that have come and gone.
Yeah.
This one didn't even rate.
Wasn't even on there?
No, and I bring that up because we're here in the Bible Belt, and there was a lot of Armageddon talk and rapture talk,
right,
and stuff like that.
Crazy.
And that's just down here.
Yeah. That's
not what's going on in the rest of the world.
The rest of the world's a lot different. You
forget that we are in this particular
it's a little bubble
pressure cooker kind of thing.
It's true.
The best thing I thought about it was much like a rainy day, that it happened right when I was napping, and it was just so awesome. Because things did get a little quieter.
It got a little weird. I watched it from the roof of my building, so I watched it from the roof of the tallest building in town. Not that it mattered, because am I really that much closer? No,
you're no
but it
closer
was
to the sun.
interesting to watch the shadows and things up there, and it did get dark and kind of quiet and weird.
Yeah.
It was a little bit weird for a second. I watched it with my dad up there, so that was actually pretty fun. We had a little daddy-daughter moment.
Do you think it was memorable enough to that 5 or 10 years ago you'll be thinking,
yes,
glad I did that?
Yes, absolutely. My dad has such a thing for that building. He remembers when it was built and all that, so he thus thought it was so cool that he got to go with me up there to watch. They only invited like 25 people up there, so we felt fancy and special.
We can't have too many people up there.
Yeah.
You just don't know what kind of tomfoolery is going to happen.
Might get wild.
You might have
it was people from the church across the way that came. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this is fucking cool.
I did say some bad words on accident.
Yeah.
And I felt bad for those ladies, but you know what? They know those words. They need to chill out.
Well, yeah. And I just put one right here on TikTok and on our little.
You did.
Our little thing.
You're a bad person.
It's usually you that does that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Now I know you've had it with me and grilled cheeses. You don't want to hear me discuss those anymore.
Please, God.
Here
Take a second to cough while you're looking.
Here's the real question.
Okay.
And man, I don't know if I'm going to find it right here. I had the percentages here. Let me see if I got the percentages. Okay. America, never, ever has there been so much division in America. Here you go.
Okay.
How do you cut a sandwich?
Diagonally.
52% cut them diagonally, 21% cut them in half vertically, and 10% cut them in half horizontally. So you got diagonal, you've got vertical, and you've got horizontal.
Isn't vertical and horizontal the same, though, if you just turn the sandwich?
You would think, all right? But it's kind of funny, though. I do cut them all diagonal.
Mm-hmm.
But even in my house, when I serve up a diagonal cut sandwich, everybody's like, ooh, fancy.
Fancy?
Because I cut it diagonal?
Yes. If you cut it diagonal on both ways, like an X, then it's tiny little T sandwiches.
What is it about cutting it that way that makes people think it's fancy?
I don't know. It's a little finger sandwich.
Only the best restaurants know how to cut things diagonally.
This is a way to step your bologna game up.
Okay, explain something to me. What is the difference between a grilled cheese and a panini?
A panini goes in the panini press.
But
that's why it gets little grill marks. You don't put the grilled cheese in there.
What?
And a different bread.
I don't get it.
You don't know what a panini press is?
Not really.
It's like a waffle iron, but it's for sandwiches.
Okay.
It has little grill marks.
But you're frying both sides.
Wes, don't fucking argue with me about. We argue about grilled cheeses again. This drives him insane.
No, we're arguing about paninis.
Paninis
man.
have different bread, and they have
What kind of different bread? Am I missing out on a bread?
I don't know, Wes. Yeah, probably. You need to eat a panini. They're too fancy for you. You just need a grilled cheese.
A panini sounds like an Italian's dick.
Don't touch my panini.
Is that racist?
That man touched my panini. Oh, no.
All right, here you go. It's been 30 years since OJ did the Bronco chase.
Yes.
Of course, he died this past week.
Yep.
Some of the things that happened right then, 10 other things that happened in the spring of 94. That was the year that Kurt Cobain killed himself.
I was 5 years old.
And that would have been the same as 5 years old.
Yes, I was 5.
You goddamn infant.
I was 5.
Okay, of course, that was the same time that Lane Staley did, too. People always talk about Kurt, but Lane at the same time. Oh, no, it was a year later for Lane. That's right, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was, yeah. But it was the same
Situation?
date. No, same date.
Oh.
Same date. That's why I'm getting confused here. There was a solar eclipse then on May 10th.
Interesting.
That was the year that Michael Jackson married Lisa Marie Presley.
Oh, so weird.
That was the year that the original Lion King hit theaters.
I remember. I saw it in the theater.
5 years old?
I was 5. It was amazing.
Well, probably while you were listening to Bump and Grind by R. Kelly.
I don't think I was jamming that one. But
I'll bet you were jamming The Sign by Ace of Base.
yes, probably so. Did have an older brother.
Top scripted shows on TV that year when OJ was being chased on TV. Home Improvement.
Yes.
Seinfeld. Roseanne. Grace Under Fire. God, I loved that lady until she went crazy.
I've never seen that.
And Coach.
Coach, yep.
Friends hadn't even debuted yet.
No.
What was her name? Brett something. From Grace Under Fire. I
Grace
just
Under Fire.
loved
I'll
her.
have to look that up.
She was fantastic.
I loved Home Improvement when I was a kid. And Coach, I watched that.
I loved Coach
And
too.
Roseanne. What about
Well, what's
Married
funny
with
about-
Children wasn't on then?
What about the thing about Coach that's interesting is Coach's assistant coach. Do you remember who he was and who he became?
No.
That is the guy that became Patrick on SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I did know that.
The biggest sensation for kids in that year was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Hell yeah, it was.
All right,
Had a
then.
lot of those.
All right, I believe I had one other thing for us to cover today, so you got to fill a little bit while I
Okay.
look for it.
All right. Do you want me to do a dance or something? Do a little bit of a dance?
No, this is audio.
Oh, yeah, we're on.
Chrissy,
It's a
the-
pod. You
the
kids can't
dance
see
won't
me.
work.
Okay. Oh, hey, if you're listening to this today, Friday, I am performing tomorrow night at Mana Negra. So come out and visit me.
Okay.
Just going to throw that out there while you're
Well, we also should mention that we are big supporters of the Lubbock Arts Festival.
Yes.
And Chrissy will be out there Sunday. Renee will be out there tomorrow.
I think are we both going both days? We're both going to be there.
Oh, really?
Both days, yep.
Oh, that's
At the same time,
awesome.
yeah.
That is awesome.
So we'll be there both days at the same time. We're going to be there 2 to 4 tomorrow and 1 to 3 on Sunday.
Right. I will be there before they open. I go in early and inspect everything.
And
I'm like this.
He inspects this art is not up to par.
This shit is not straight. You need to get this together.
Okay.
They had a little article here, best parts of a road trip, and they said the scenery and listening to the radio. What do you like about a road trip?
I like to listen to podcasts on road trips. I listen to crime podcasts. I like to look out the window. I like snacks. I like to talk. I mean, if I'm by myself, I like to jam out, listen to music. If I'm with somebody, I like to talk, hang out.
My favorite part about a road trip is the amount that I get to concentrate on driving
and not anything else.
Nothing else.
Yes.
Of course, your mind wanders a lot, but for the most part, it seems that 90% of your focus is on driving.
It's a good time to think.
And to me, that just feels so relaxing.
Yeah.
As you well know, a month and a half ago, I just said, I'm getting in the car and going to Post to see Smoking Dicks and to enjoy some Smoking Dicks. And, and it was like 2 hours round trip.
Yeah.
Probably less than that. And it was just,
It's nice.
it was as relaxing to me as sleeping all weekend.
Yeah.
That's
That's one thing I miss about my last relationship was because I got to drive. It was a long distance, so I drove a lot, but I got to think and re-listen to our show, and
that is complete
thinking
shit.
time.
That is terrible.
I do listen back.
What a
sometimes.
waste of time that is. Okay. Road trips. All right here. I think I know your answer here, but we're kind of doing this for the listeners and not just for each other. If somebody said you had to go play a board game with friends, what are you going to play?
Risk,
Risk.
because I'll whoop their asses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna play Risk. Yeah.
I'm trying to think what I would
What would
play.
yours be?
Probably a game of chess, but that's not a board game, is it?
Well, the good does have. There's a chessboard involved.
Right, but I don't think that counts.
Okay.
Okay, Monopoly's too long,
Like
so
Monopoly.
I would opt out of that. But it probably would be Monopoly.
Monopoly's fun.
Life.
Life sucks. The end of life is lame. It's just stupid. You don't.
It's like they're training you to be an American or something.
They're training you to
You're
just.
going to have two children,
Yes.
one pink one and one
Yes,
blue one.
yes. And the end of it is just retirement or whatever. It's like, oh wow, the finishing blow of this game doesn't hit very hard.
I didn't even remember that.
Yeah, it's the very end is just like the retirement home, or it doesn't have the grave. That would be a little more exciting. Maybe like graveyard. I don't know, but the end of life is lame.
My wife and I used to, on a regular basis, play Yahtzee.
Yahtzee's fun.
Yahtzee was our deal.
What about Boggle or something? Does that count as a board game?
What's funny is Boggle was one of the things that I was thinking of because that's an actual game.
Okay, what about
Yeah.
Scrabble? Is that a board game, or is that?
The problem with Scrabble is you have to find people who are intelligent enough to play with you.
Or you can just find someone dumb and just smash them.
Well, then you have to fight with them over the spelling of the
You
words.
just gotta get the dictionary out.
I don't want to have to do any of that. I don't want to play my game and your game at the same time. I think I'll just stick with a Ouija board. That'll be my board game. Ouija cave.
I love playing with those.
Okay, and my question over and over will be, have I played this long enough? Oh, look, it says signs point to yes.
Yeah.
Oh, look, that's it.
I was the asshole that moved the little thing when we played the
Yeah,
it was always
I've
me.
done some of that,
Oh, it was
too.
always me. There'd be like a dead prostitute in the pool house at my parents' house. Her name's Charlene. People, my friends were like, "Oh my god, I'm just full of beans."
Yeah. I guess that's pretty much it for this week. We can go ahead and wrap it up.
Okay.
Again, Chrissy will be performing Saturday night
At Mano Negra.
I don't know anything about this. What is it?
It's a brewery.
It's a brewery.
Uh-huh.
They make beer?
Yes, I believe
Is there
so.
not enough regular beer out there that they got to make
I don't.
extra?
It's a fancy cool brewery.
Do they have grilled cheese?
I don't think so. It's a small room. I think there's only room for probably about 50 people.
Right.
It's $10 at the door. It's gonna be
Right.
fun.
So what are you going to do with your $500? Oh man, you buy some dope?
Oh
And get
yeah.
all doped
oh
up?
well, no.
Get doped up with
Nah.
the kids.
Well, there's other people on this show too, and I'm not the feature. The feature is shown up, and she's awesome. So I'm excited.
Oh, she is.
Yes,
So
excited. to have
you're
her.
warming the show up's what you're doing.
I'm going right before her.
Okay, so that's in
There's
the middle.
2 before me.
All right, so there's 4.
Yes.
There's 4.
And if you came to my show in February, this girl was on that bill. So
Yeah.
yes,
And she's very, very funny.
very very funny. She runs a comedy club in Midland.
Runs it?
Yes, she owns it. Yes.
No way.
Yeah, she's really cool.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of proves that you haven't really done anything.
I
with
know.
your
I'm a
life.
piece of shit. I don't even know. I don't even know how I'm here right now. I'm just rolling with it.
Purely by accident.
Just rolling with it.
The universe just shut you out.
Anyway, it's gonna
right
be
into
fun.
this space.
It did, and it's fucking fine. I'm great with it. Thanks, universe.
All right, you guys have a wonderful week. Oh, and the Arts Festival, of course.
Yes.
You guys be awesome to each other. This has been The Rock Show. Backstage.